Somerville is just as much a part of Boston as the cream pie that bears the city's name. And recently, this municipality has gone through some major revitalization shifts, transforming itself into the artisanal center of the surrounding metropolis. And the Boston Cream Pie? Well, it's the same staple it's always been since its creation in 1856. Except here at Union Square Doughnuts, this historic cake is being reimagined as the most delicious piece of fried dough you've ever tasted.
Time to make the donuts.
Ask any pastry chef the secret to their success, and they'll tell you it all starts with the dough. And 20-year veteran Heather Schmidt is no exception.
So what kind of dough is this?
So this is based off of a brioche dough. It just creates this beautiful, light, fluffy, rich, delicious dough.
Ooh, it's thick and gooey, and I like it. And so why donuts?
My dad would get donuts every Sunday. He'd get the old-fashioned, he'd get the Boston cream, and it was a ritual for us.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring donuts to the community that were reminiscent of that, handmade, using the best ingredients that really brought people back to the nostalgia of it all.
It seems like there's a lot of love in this dough.
And a whole lot of something else.
So how many sticks of butter do you think is in one of these?
Well, I'd have to do the math in my head.
Yeah?
Pounds, probably about 12 pounds of butter. Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's what makes it delicious.
Our finished dough is scooped out, portioned up, shaped round, left to rest, and then...
Pum, 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 pum. It smells like fried dough, and I like it.
There's really nothing better.
There isn't.
We fry them for a minute on each side.
I'm getting this down, Heather.
That's perfect.
You gotta even out the tan. So it's Boston Cream Donut time. Is it Boston Cream Pie Doughnut or Boston Cream Donut?
Well, we call it a Boston Cream. We don't stick the pie on the end of it.
But this is the best Boston Cream Donut I've heard.
Zagat named our donut the official state donut of Massachusetts.
It's pretty awesome for sure.
And what makes it all the more awesome is the cream filling, a combination of fresh vanilla bean, local milk, and a few other things we cannot speak of.
Squeeze. Do you feel it getting full?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, I got nervous.
Finally, a dip in rich, gooey, dark Belgian chocolate glaze.
And there we have it, the Boston Cream Donut.
Why do you think it's so popular?
Because it's so classic. You have all of these delicious flavors and textures melded together. This delicious creamy filling and this rich chocolatey glaze. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Heather, you make me happy.
And what better to pair a freshly fried piece of heaven than with another Boston classic?
All right, ladies, I have a question for you. How do you make cider hard?
The brainchild of Dana Master Polo and her partner Michelle De Silva, Bantam Cider is blown up here in Beantown.
Michelle grew up making wine with her family, so she had a head start. Cider is actually low alcohol wine. Being in New England, we have access to a lot of apples.
Is this thing filled with apples?
6,400 gallons.
Thank you, Boston.
And so we decided to make some at home and realized what we were making was pretty good, and we just decided to go for it.
They're attaching the hose. Get some juice. You want to get in here? Boston has kind of got a history for distilling, fermenting, and that whole process. Does it make you excited to be a part of that tradition?
Absolutely. Back when the colonists were here, they couldn't drink water because it wasn't necessarily safe. So they used to drink cider, hard cider, and then they would even dilute it down and give it to the kids because it was a safe beverage to drink.
I love it. I love it.
Once these tanks are filled to the brim with the freshest soft cider, we add yeast to this apple slurry to get it stiff.
Smells yeasty. Well, I love, too, that you two females are kicking butt together, because I'm always about a little bit of girl power. Yeah, I'm excited to try this cider.
But before we get to sample the goods, there's a bit more work that needs to be done.
Oh, they're coming at me. Oh, shnikes. Ah, I dropped two. Slippery little suckers, huh? Snapping these babies on. Yes, siree. They just keep coming at me. There's so much pressure. I feel stressed. All right, stop. That's good. Whew, making hard cider is hard work, but drinking is a good time.
As night falls on Somerville, Bantam's Cidery is transformed into Bantam's Tap Room. And with 8 different varieties of cider on tap, visitors can sample everything from Bantam's greatest hits.
You're drinking Wonderkin, which is our flagship.
This is the original.
This one is made with a sparkling wine yeast and orange blossom honey. It has this really crisp, fresh taste to it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a crowd favorite.
To their latest experiments.
We have a wild one. We don't pitch any commercial yeast. It's just using whatever wild yeast is actually on the apples.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you get some nice funk there.
Yeah, wow, that is a different taste. That is a wild funk.
We'll picture that with a really creamy cheese.
With a funky cheese. Cheers to you guys.
Thanks.
Because you're doing some awesome stuff.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And I feel like drinking people, you don't drink people. You shouldn't drink people. Let's do that again. Let's cheers.